let's take a more thorough look at the people database on Zelos Team Management. It's a collaboration platform. At the core of it is a database of your members. It's pretty straightforward. It's a list of your people. Each of them has their profile. So let's open up one. Their profile includes basic information. All of these data points are something that you can set up in the Manage section. So the software does not suggest questions. Every project is different. So you will need to enter these fields as they are relevant for you. Group memberships, if you have any groups that people are a member of. So this person is a member of one group and they have 2 ongoing tasks. One of them is unconfirmed. They haven't seen the notification yet where we've requested, could you please work on this job? And there's also the job history, and you can start a private message with this person. If you need to upgrade this member to an administrator, you can edit their role from this profile corner. Basic members can simply interact with items that you publish, so they can obviously pick up things, complete tasks, send messages. Administrators can manage things, so they are able to publish tasks, moderate things. You can have an unlimited number of admins in each project, so if you need additional help, don't worry to onboard multiple people, so this role is not limited. Owners have full access to billing, to the ability to delete the project. So make sure the people with the owner role are people who you thoroughly trust. The profile fields that you can see here. So let's go and have a look how you can set these up. When you go to the Manage section, you can see that the joining, profile fields, and invite links, this is a whole section on its own. So settings for joining the team. You can have 2 different joining modes. One is without restrictions, which means anyone who ends up on your landing page can simply click join and they are in. They need to have a Zelos account, so you can still get their profile information, but there will be no additional checkups on them. By default, this setting is on I want to review and approve member applications manually. So this is the recommended setting. It's nice to review who's joining your team. And this review and approval comes after they submit the member form. So the questions for the member form are down here. We'll take a look at that in a second. But as people come in, they view your landing page. Okay, I want to join this team. They choose their password and then they fill in the joining form. Here's a few additional messages that you can customize as they join. So the first joining form message is an entry message where you can write, hello, please fill in these questions. Keep in mind X, Y, Z. Here's a link to additional information. This is what you need to know as you fill in the form. Once they filled in the form, they will see an application received message. So here you can specify how long it can take you to process applications. You will probably hear from us within a week, before this date, whatever your timelines are. This will make sure that everyone is on the same page, how long it will take for them to get the approval or rejection from you. Like, do we want you on our team? If people are approved, they will get a standard email saying, hey, welcome, you've been approved, come in and see the content that's prepared for you. But sometimes people do get declined, and here's an additional message that you can include for people who are not accepted. It's a standard message. This is not yet customized. When people are rejected from the team, you can explain that there's a lot of applications, not everyone gets accepted, or if there is some additional steps they can take to contact you directly or reapply at a later stage or next year, and you can add this information here. So here's your invite link. Mine looks a little weird because I'm in a test environment. Yours should be a bit simpler. This is a public link, so you can share this in emails, in messaging, on social media, wherever you need to do recruiting. And you can customize the landing page, which is behind here, with some rich text content and any additional info that people might need before they even apply to be part of your team. So let's copy this link and have a look what it looks like. So it says you are invited to join. This is your team name that you've specified. This part up here, additional info, this is the about team that you might have specified when you registered, but you can also edit it from the top right menu in about. And here's the landing page content that you can also add. This will only be displayed on the landing page. This is not in the about section, so you can use both of these. This first part will be accessible later to team members as well. And this landing page content should really address why people need to push this join team button. Let's go back and take a look at the about section once more. So if you didn't add about information about your team, so up here about team, this is what you might have written, and if you're an admin, you're able to edit this. You can also edit your team name or the team URL, but this is the team description that will be displayed in the joining landing. Yeah, so that's your landing page. Once people click on the join team button, they will be directed to choosing a password or any other login. They can use Facebook login, Google login, Apple login, as well as regular passwords. And this will give them access to your team if they're approved later. What do you need to know about your members? This is the form that they need to fill in as their member application. Even if you have this, anyone can join without restrictions. They will still be required to fill in the form if you have any required fields. You can also have some optional fields if you want to. So this is a regular sign-up form. If you ever used an online form before, you probably know different field types. We're supporting most common types, so short text, quantity, opinion, scale, drop down, yes, no, multiple selection. Keep in mind that these profile fields can be useful for you later when you are targeting work to your team members. So let's say you are asking them about their skills. Can they speak Spanish? Can they drive a car? So if it's a text field where they can free-form explain their skills, it's very hard for you to tell the computer what type of profile you're looking for if you need someone to drive a car. If it's a yes/no answer, can you drive? It will be much easier for you later to find a good driver for a job that requires this. So you can target profiles that have a yes in the driving section. The only field you really need to fill in is the field name. This is a short field, so you cannot enter a very long text here. This will need to fit in the column headers in your database, so it can be only a certain amount of letters. If you want to ask a long question in your form, you can use the next field called form label. So in your database, you will still see the short field name, but in the application form, your members will be displayed a long question. So for example, if we have this example of driving a car, so the short name could be simply license. So it's a yes, no question, license. But the long question could be, can you drive and have a car? Or something like that. So, question mark. If you need any additional information displayed under the inputs, maybe some directions how to fill this in. So only choose yes if your license is valid. So this will be displayed under here. So here's this form preview that will show you what it will look like later on the form. You can also customize labels sometimes, and keep in mind you can also use emoji. So, but standard yes, no will do just fine for this example. And some fields are good to be admin only. Keep in mind, admin only fields will not be on the application form, but they will be in your member database. And required fields the members must fill in, so they cannot proceed without filling it in. If it's not required, they can just leave it empty and you will not get the answers. Yeah. So creating these fields, you will build an entry form which you can preview here. You can change the order of the questions, and this is what your members will see once they hit join the team, pick your password, answer these questions. So they will need to make their choices. I love scale questions. It's a great way to get soft skills on file. For example, how do you assess your willingness to do public speaking? So people who are definitely not going to do any public speaking should not get the request of like, hey, do you want to go in front of 500 people and do an announcement? So you can later publish work that only targets people who rate themselves, 7 to 10, and not really get someone who is excited to do the job. So once people fill in your application form, they will show up in your member database, but not here in the main view. These people are here already my team members, but up here you can see there's a next tab called applicants. So here's a person who is excited to join. They have answered all of my questions. Obviously, they don't have any ongoing tasks. They're obviously not part of any group yet. So here I can review their application and either deny or approve them into my team. You can also bulk approve, deny people if you have more applicants, if that's easier. And you can also add them to groups already as they join. So if you have any system of having the main chat as a group or having different projects as a group, you can already add them here to departments, to general chats, and then give them access and notify. Hello, welcome, you have been approved to my team. If you have any questions about our features, our pricing, or generally best practices, do not hesitate to contact our support through the website chat. We're happy to help you get started or answer any of your questions that you may have.